Hey, this is Janet Feld, and I am the founder and master teacher at Janet's Planet Music Lessons for Humanoids. And welcome to a segment I'm going to call You Can Teach an Old Dog New Tricks. So maybe you've had a guitar in your closet for the last 20 years or in your attic or basement, and you've had guitar playing on your bucket list forever. But you're thinking like, if I had learned when I was a kid, it would have been easier. Or if I haven't learned by now, it's too late. Or even, I would have learned, but I have no talent. Well, as I saw a great sign in a music shop in Dingle, Ireland this summer that said, talent? The more I practice, the luckier I get. So, which totally, it made me laugh out loud, and I had to take pictures of it and send it to all my students. Because here's the thing that I know after 30 years of teaching people how to play guitar, how to play the piano, songwriting, and just general classroom teaching. Anybody who wants to can learn how to play music. Now, what I know about adults is that you have a faster learning curve than kids do. Now, usually when I say that to adults, they kind of look at me like, is she nuts? But the truth is that your brain is already developed, your motor skills are already developed, and you have a lifetime of experience, including experience with learning new things. So you have ways that you've found that are helpful to you. Now, the other thing about studying music, along with studying anything, is that the burden of the learning should really be on the teacher. And so in my class, if you don't understand something, it's really my problem to find the best way to show you or explain something to you. And by the way, that's not a problem at all, because doing that is one of the things that I love about being a teacher. Now, one of the things that I've experienced is that what I can teach a group of adults in one of my 6-week classes, it takes me about a school year to teach kids. And that's just because you're developmentally much more advanced, because you're an adult. And so if that's one of the things that's stopping you, it's really not the case. Now, the other thing is that you might think, oh, well, I'm too old. The oldest student I ever had was 89 years old. And she had never played the guitar before in her whole life. It actually took me about 6 months for me to get to her to admit how old she was. And her short-term memory wasn't so great. And so we just wrote stuff down. And she studied with me for about a year until she moved to live closer to her daughter. And she did just fine. And we had a whole lot of fun. So anytime I've ever had this thought like, oh, maybe I'm too old to learn how to, fill in the blank, I think about Gerda Silberstein, and I invite you to call on her spirit because, she had so much fun. And it's really great that she didn't think, oh, well, I'm 89, I'm too old to learn anything new. And by the way, that's really one of the ways that you can really keep your brain functioning optimally, because every time you think new thoughts and do new things, you actually stimulate new cell production in your brain. So I actually like to think of playing music as part of my Alzheimer's prevention program. Now, the other thing is that because adults, by the time you're an adult, you already have things that you're competent at and maybe even brilliant at. So to put yourself in the position of being a beginner is emotionally more difficult for adults than it often is for kids. Because for kids, more often than not, it doesn't occur to them that they can't. And I just want to share with you a little story that inspires me continuously. And that comes from when I was in college. And it's like 1980, 81. So I was like 20 or 21 years old. And Cicely Tyson, the fabulous actress, came to the campus of UMass Amherst to speak, and I was lucky enough to get in to see her. Now, after she gave her little talk, she did a Q&A section, and someone in the audience asked her, how do you keep your skills sharp? and she said, well, I take beginners classes. I go back to the basics. And I have to tell you that as an artist, that has really informed so much of how I deal with my path as a songwriter, guitar player, singer, whatever it is that I do as a musician. And I, from time to time, sign up to take classes and lessons in all the things that I do. In fact, right now I'm taking songwriting lessons from a young woman who is a Berklee graduate. She's in an amazing band. She's 24 years old, and I'm going to be 57 soon, so I thought, boy, it'd sure be nice to have some new stuff in my toolbox from a youngin'. And I'm telling you, it's just made such a difference. So anytime, it just really freshened up my skills and opened my faucet in a whole new way. So let yourself be a beginner, because you're really opening the possibility for so much fun in your life. And but you don't have to take my word for it. If you've never played guitar before and you want to try it out, click the link below and you can find out for yourself that you can actually do this. I'll take you through a few simple lessons, and you can try it out. All right, thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.